In the Old Testament book of Lamentations, chapter 5, Jeremiah, who was called the weeping prophet, is crying out to God because of all the terrible circumstances that he and the people of Jerusalem were experiencing. During the reign of 5 kings, he had warned the inhabitants of the southern kingdom of Judah that their spiritual decline would lead the nation to defeat and destruction. But I don't think anyone imagined what Jeremiah describes in chapter 5. If you think America is on a bad track, wait till you hear the condition that Jerusalem and the southern kingdom of Judah were in. Hi, I'm John Kuert, the pastor at Alpha Assembly in Clarion, Pennsylvania. Thanks for joining me today for another heart-to-heart talk. I am so thankful for the opportunity to share with you these days, and some days it is an inspiration that I want to build you up, but sometimes it's a challenge and it's a warning. And I think that we need in these days to really be challenged to think about America and the slippery slope that we are on. But anyway, first of all, let's get to chapter 5 there in Lamentations. This is what he wrote. Our inheritance has been turned over to aliens, our homes to foreigners. We've become orphans and fatherless, our mothers like widows. We must buy water to drink. Our wood can be had only at a price. Those who pursue us are at our heels. We are weary and find no rest. We submitted to Egypt and Assyria to get enough bread. Our fathers sinned and are no more, and we bear their punishment. He goes on and talks about the slavery that they're experiencing, and we get bread at the risk of our lives, and our skin is as hot as and feverish from hunger. And the women have been ravished in Zion, and virgins in the towns of Judah. Princes have been hung up by their hands. Elders are shown no respect. Young men toil at the millstones, and boys stagger under the loads of wood. The elders are gone from the city gate, and the young men have stopped their music. Joy is gone from our hearts, and dancing has turned to mourning. Talk about troubles. They were really in a very bad way. But in the midst of all this doom and gloom, there is a bright spot. After Jeremiah looks around at the circumstances, he looks up to God and says, You, O Lord, reign forever. Your throne endures from generation to generation. Now, I don't know all the trials and tribulations that you might be going through. For all I know, you may feel you're worse off than those people in Jeremiah's day, but I doubt it. Although, most people, after reading the above passage, what I just read, come to the conclusion that things could be a lot worse. But I do know this. We need to do like Jeremiah did, and we need to look up, because God is reigning, and he is still on the throne. And so I want you to be encouraged, first of all, by remembering the little saying that I have often said over and over again. The outlook may be dark, but the uplook is always bright. And as we look around us in our country and what's happening right now, the outlook does seem very dark and dismal and fearful. And we just came through this pandemic, and now they're talking about another pandemic, a monkeypox, whatever that is. And so you just wonder what is going to happen. Where is this all going to end? And I know in my own personal life, many times during the challenges and the changes, even in the past few years, that I felt like waving the white flag and giving up. But instead, I looked up and found that even though there was turmoil in the circumstances surrounding me, there was perfect calm around his throne in heaven. God always has been and always will be in control. Let me say that again. God always has been and always will be in control. All we have to do is realize that and relax in Him and trust Him and let the peace of God and the joy of the Lord fill us and have His presence surround us. Whatever happens. And another verse that is from Lamentations, and this is another great bright spot that Jeremiah writes. He says, "Great is thy faithfulness." And it reminds us of that great hymn that we sing so often. Great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. And so God will be faithful no matter what. Just put your life in His hands and trust Him in the midst of everything that's going around in our country and even around the world. Some of the things that we hear on the news are very troubling, but let not your heart be troubled. That's what Jesus said to His disciples. And I believe He would speak those same words to us in these times in which we are living. Well, that's it for today. God bless you. I trust that this is a challenge for us to pray for our country, but also that we will just feel the peace and calm of the Lord. And again, I want to take the opportunity to invite you to visit our church at Alpha Assembly, 499 Granville Pike Extension, right about a mile down from the campus of Clarion University. 10:30 on Sunday mornings, we have a service, and it's always good. We have good fellowship, good music, and I try to bring a relevant message. So anyway, I trust that you'll have a good day after I talk about all these things that are going on in the country, but you still can have a good day, and I trust that you will. So God bless you. Till tomorrow. We'll see you. Bye-bye.